Oh, there we go. Because I was trying to figure out why the color on here wasn't so great. Okay. Hey, everyone. I am back. This time I'm not in the storage. I'm actually over at one of our properties, and this room is where I normally store. Well, not store. I just keep it here until I'm able to go through everything and then take it over to the storage. And then I also have my uh, podcast equipment set up in here. But all of my Poshmark items have taken over the room, as you can see, along with some personal items like my, this is showing it backwards, like my luggage. Oh, you hear the, oh, that's the cat. Actually, you know what? Let me close the door. That's the cat feeder. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so I wanted to come on live to talk about since I'm not in the storage today. I was actually in the storage today, and every time I come live, go live on the store in the storage, I'm showing you guys behind the scenes of me either shipping an order, packing an order, pulling orders, listing orders, something dealing with orders or in the storage, or telling you a storage story. So now it's time for storage story time. So today I was in the storage. I got there around maybe just at 2 o'clock, and I was going in there because remember, I was telling you guys that I want to get my storage in some type of order, revamp it, organize it, all that good stuff. Anyway, I started pulling out all of the racks, pulling out all these bags and bins and just debris everywhere so that I can see the space before I actually start organizing it. So I have everything in the middle of the hallway out in front of my storage unit. There's in the storage today for Sunday was quite busy. There's this little old Caucasian man. He could have been Latin because I know Latins, I know them when they have this proximity of being Caucasian, but I know the difference. But I believe he was Latin. But he he saw me cleaning out my storage unit, and like I say, I had the entire aisle of that hallway blocked. So he made a joke that he wanted to come through, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was starting to move the stuff out of the hallway, and he said, no, I'm just kidding. And I'm like, okay. So I continue to do what I was doing. Here he comes. He walked over, being nosy, and he started looking at everything that was in the hallway. He was trying to see what was what. He was like, dang, girl, what you got going on here? And I said, I'm cleaning. I'm organizing. That's what I have going on. I'm trying to get things in order. It is what it is. And then he started talking to me about other people in the unit, that someone there has about 30 to 40 units, and apparently they close their boutique or their store, or maybe they do the online business like I do, and they ended up buying or renting about 30 something units. I know exactly who he's talking about, but I don't think she has that many. But anyway, he proceeded to continue to talk, and I'm like, trying to get his attention to say, look, man, I'm really trying to get this stuff done because I want to, get some order, so when I come back the next day, which is tomorrow, I can continue where I left off. But he just kept going on and on and on. And then I noticed he was starting to uh, just get a little too like close. It was just getting a little uncomfortable. And then I noticed he started looking in my unit. And then the conversations was pertaining to the size of my unit, the size of his unit, the size of his family members' unit. And then he started asking me questions about, do I have active sales online? He was trying to get more into where do I make my sales? I don't give information to people who I'm not familiar with or don't know or don't feel comfortable around. So I just didn't know what that was about. It just felt a little, awkward. Then he saw that my workbench, because I have a tube workbench that my husband gave me, that he no longer uses, and he put that in the storage so that I could do all my shipping. And he saw that and he started talking about it and saying where I could go buy one if I want a bigger one, to check to see at Harbor Freight, Lowe's, and all these other people. And it was just a little weird. And but because I know I don't travel alone, if I'm not with my husband, I keep what I keep in my purse. So but he proceeded to continue to talk about this tool, and then I just said, okay, well, all right, I'll let my husband know about it and he'll get it, whatever. And then he was about to leave, and then he came back and he said, hey, do you want me to leave the cart? And I was like, yeah, leave the cart, just go ahead and leave the cart, I may need to take something down to the cart. So he walked around all the way on the other side of the storage, because where my storage unit is right next to the elevator. So he couldn't walk that way because I had everything in the hallway. So he walked all the way around to go to the elevator. And I'm standing in my unit as I was bringing things in, and I stopped and I pay attention. And I'm like, I don't hear the elevator. He hasn't gotten to the elevator yet. I know he didn't take the stairs. So I'm like, where is this man? He didn't get on the elevator yet. So I'm just waiting for the elevator to sound like it was coming up before I continue to work, because I didn't want to get distracted. He and then I didn't hear the elevator, but then he comes around, he walked past the elevator, he said, hey, did you know? And I was like, I knew it. I knew this man didn't get on the elevator. He was like, hey, did you know XYZ, this person was here in the building and they was walking around the building? I was like, no, I didn't know that, but I'll keep my eyes open. And then I cut him off and said, well, the building has security cameras, just like you and I speaking right now. They have security cameras around the storage unit. So whoever's walking around, whoever's in here and don't need to be in here or whatever, that, I'm not going to even worry about that, because they have 24/7 monitoring camera, security surveillance where they're watching the building. So don't worry about that. So then he just stood there for a minute, and then I walked in my unit, and then I walked out to grab the bags, because at this point I'm like, let me just get everything and put it in here, because I don't know what this man is about. And finally that's when he go, well, okay, um, you know, just, well, I'll talk to you later. And I was like, oh, okay. But I said all that to say that no matter where you are, you have to keep your head on the swivel. You really don't know what people's motives are, especially women. When you are, especially if you're doing a business and you're inside of your own office or inside of a storage unit, just be on the swivel. I don't go to the storage unit like late. This was earlier in the day. So this to let you know, it doesn't matter the time of day. You just want to be careful. But I said all that to say, just be careful. And that was my storage story time for today. All right. I hope that was interesting. But anyway, I wanted to also talk about my sales for April. I gotta honestly say, I don't know what took place, but I came up with a strategy thanks to Chat GPT. I call her Chatty Cathy. Chatty Cathy came up with oh wow, the sun is just shining outside. Chatty Cathy came up with a strategy for me to do on my Poshmark so that I can generate more sales and I can get more traction to my closet on Poshmark. And I don't know if I mentioned to you guys that um, I closed my website. Fashionreboot.store is no longer for right now. It's not serving my business. I'm spending like $40 a month on Shopify because each year it goes up, and I know it's going to go up again. So to avoid this expense that's not serving Fashion Reboot, I just decided to shut it down for now. I had to make the business decision to shut it down when I realized it's not serving me for what I need. So I could take that $40 and invest it and get supplies, business cards, paper, packing paper, tape, poly mailers, whatever I need for my shipping supplies. I could take that $40 and invest it in that, or whatever else I need. I could take it and do that. But to continue to have them to take $40 out of my account every month, and it's not serving me. I mean, I the whole month of April, I didn't make any sales. The whole month of March, I didn't make any sales. January to April, I did not make any sales on my website. And I know it has a lot to do with me. The difference with the website and Poshmark or any of these reselling platforms, you have people on there where Poshmark is also promoting and marketing the platform. So that's what you get. And then on top of that, you pay when you make a sale. So you incorporate your commission, and Poshmark is 20% of what you sell. So you incorporate that 20% in your price. So that way you can get the profit earnings that you're looking to make. Sometimes you may not get what you're looking for because you get people that want to offer you a different price, and then of course you want to move items. You don't want to just have items sitting on your closet forever. Like I do have a lot of items that's been in my closet forever, so I'm going to try to push those either at pop-ups, or I'm gonna look into other ways of moving some of these old stale items. So that's what I decided to do with my website. So please don't go there. Go to go to poshmark.com/closet/ fashion reboot. And I'll leave it in the description so that way you'll know where to go visit. Uh, what else I wanted to talk about? The sales. What I was saying is I don't know what took place until I started getting a strategy from Chatty Cathy, and she laid it out. She wanted me to list 5 to 10 items every day, which is what I've been doing. Then she wants me to share my items at least 3 or 4 times a day, which I have a bot that does that for me. It's called Flip, FYP. At one point, I think it was, well, at one point it was free. Now I think I pay maybe about $8 a month or something like that for it. There are also um, there's other bots that help you share your closet. I know Posher VA, which is a virtual assistant for Poshmark, and it also helps you with pushing and sharing your closet. But it was just getting a little pricey for me. I think it started off free for so many weeks, and then it went from free to like 25, I think it is, a month. And I just don't want to do that. And then it wasn't really giving me any sales for me to pay $25 a month. Now Flip is $8 a month, and I'm making sales. So it's, to me, it's not like going against what I'm doing if I'm investing with a bot to help me share. Because trying to share your closet on Poshmark manually every day is just very time consuming, especially if you're not doing this full time. For the full time resellers, I can see them doing it, and they really will make good money because they have the time to do it. I don't just do this full time. I have other things that I have going on. But I still try to be consistent with it until I'm able to do it full time. And I'm looking into doing it full time really soon. But right now I'm part time, so I have to make it work for me. And Flip works for me, and it pushes out whenever someone likes an item on my Poshmark page, it automatically sends them an offer. It automatically shares. I set it up of when I wanted to share my closet, and it does that. So that's something else that I wanted to add to that. So that was something else that Chat GPT wanted me to do. Wanted me to share my closet so many times a day. I have the Flip bot that does that, and then it wants me to relist items that have not been liked, or items that have been in my closet for over 60 days. No, I'm sorry. Is it 60 days? Yeah, 60 days. Items that been in my closet for 60 days, or items that's been in my closet that has no likes, that have not gotten a like. So it wanted me to relist those. So if I don't have anything to list, which I do, I have a lot of stuff to list, to avoid going to the storage and taking pictures, because that's another thing. I need to take pictures of a lot of the items that I have there. I can take items that I have in my closet that have been there for 60 days and I can relist those. So it showed me, it laid it out for me to do that. I've been doing that. And let me tell you, it works. It's working. And it is what you put into it. You have to be consistent. So the more you list, the algorithm is putting your closet up in the top, whether people see it first or someone is searching for a specific item and I have that item in my closet, it pops up. I also want to, oh, what, right. I'm kind of going against what I want to say. It pops up when you're posting um consistently. And that's what I've been doing. I've been posting consistently. So it's putting the algorithm up top. Now, the other thing is if someone is actually searching for a specific item, and because the algorithm is putting me up top and I may have that item in my closet, then they can see it. If they want it, they'll outright buy it, like buy it now, or they'll send me an offer. And if the offer is something that I would like to take based on the earnings that I'll receive, then I'll accept it. If not, I'll give them a counter offer. And majority of the times when you give them a counter offer, they really don't take the offer, but if they really want it, they'll just pay for it. So, but I get lucky here and there where some people will take the offer and they'll go ahead and pay for it. So with that strategy from Chatty Cathy, known as Chat GPT, she has helped me out a lot for the month of April. And I want to say I made about a good maybe 450 for the month of April. And that's good for me because I don't make that kind of money in 1 month. You know what I'm saying? It's consistently over a period of time, I would probably make that amount of money or even more. Um, like combined with a few months. But for 1 month, for me to make that amount, I feel like that's good. And I'm being honest with you guys because I'm not trying to make it look like, oh, I make all this money. And there are some resellers that make good money like that. So, but I make enough, a decent, because this is not all I do. So that money comes in hand whenever I need it. So that's what I made for the month of April. And I can say the sales that I sold that I found that people were buying the most were shoes. So they were buying mules, they were buying sneakers, they were buying Crocs. Crocs were like big. Everybody was buying the Crocs, whether it was for teens, the adults, and kids. Everybody was buying Crocs. So anytime I sell Crocs, I will go back and try to find more Crocs because I feel like those are bread and butter items, meaning they sell quick and people want those. So that's what I started, doing. Whenever I go back out to thrift, I'll look for Crocs. But some of these thrift stores, and I'm going to get into this with these prices, they got to stop. They really got to stop. And they're only doing it because of the resellers. You cannot jack up the prices because people want to resell the items when they buy them. You can't do that. You're doing the same thing. We're giving you the items, donating them to you, and you're reselling it. So what's the difference? But with the I'm going to talk about that, but with the Crocs, me going to buy the Crocs every time I sell them, I have been noticing that the Croc prices will go from like $5 all the way up to 10 or even 12. And I think it goes higher based on the size of the Crocs. So if it's like a size 12, because I think I recently sold a size 13 pair of Crocs. And when I got them, they were like $5.99. I paid $5.99 for the Crocs, and then I sold them for like maybe $12, you know. Um, so, but then just recently I was at the thrift store, and I want to say Goodwill. I was there, and the stores in this particular Goodwill, and I do believe a lot of these Goodwills are um franchise because they all have different prices. And this one I went to, every pair of shoes, I don't care what type of shoe it was. I don't care if it was a no brand, a name brand, they were all $10. And some were even 15 and 20. I think I found two pairs of shoes that were like $6 and that was too high. They got to stop with this price gouging. So I left the shoes there. And then I found one that was on the color discount, which gave you 50% off. So it was one that was $5.99. So that's like $6. And then with the discount, it came up to like three something. And honestly, the shoes should be three something with a 50% discount. That's how thrift stores used to be, but they're no longer that way. So anyway, I'm very excited about April. April was very good. I'm so excited to see how May does, and I'm going to continue the same strategy. I did make a sale today. Today is the 3rd, so I made my first sale in the month of May, and I packed it today in the storage. With this man, harassing me the whole time I was there. So I made my first sale, and I am still being consistent with doing my maybe 5 to 10 items a day. If I don't put any new items up, then I'm going to relist items that have not been listed. I'm sorry, that have not been liked or have been on my page for 60 days or 30 days, just to get the algorithm showing that I'm posting something, because it shows that you're posting something. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. I wanted to share that with you guys. It's something else that I wanted to mention with Fashion Reboot. I do want to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing some pop-ups. I'll keep you guys posted with that. If you're in the South Florida area and you would like to come and pop up and shop up with Fashion Reboot, and I get a chance to see my supporters here on YouTube. I don't see too many people today, and it could be because it's Sunday, but that's fine. You can see the recording afterwards. And then I'm going to try this new platform called Vinted, Vinted. I spoke with one of my colleagues. She's also a posher as well. Her name is Dade Diva. I think that's the name of her page, Dade Diva, because she's based out of Dade County here in South Florida in Miami. And she mentioned that she joined Vinted, and she said, so far so good. She is getting sale, but it's a lot of low balls. It's a lot of low balls. So if it's a lot of low balls, that would be the page where I put all the items that I've had for like over a few years. And I just want to push these items out. So if they want the items for $2, $3, hey, go ahead and take it. At least I know I'm moving items. And although it's $2, $3, that adds up, and it'll just accumulate eventually. So that's something else that I wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing. I will be doing some pop-ups, and I will be venturing out to different platforms. I don't want to get on too many platforms because I don't want to get confused. I don't want to leave out items that may be on one platform, and then that platform sold it, then I forget to go back and take it off. There's bots that'll do that for you. It's called shared listing, and I don't feel like I want to do that right now. The way I'm doing it is working for me, so let me just continue to do it that way. So, but yeah, I think that's it that I wanted to talk about today. I do appreciate the support from you guys here on Fashion Reboot. All of this stuff, this box right here has a lot of things that my husband is going to be listing, because it's a lot of BMW items, because that's one of our clients, BMW and Mini Cooper, and all the stuff that they give when you're working those events. And I mean, how many BMW shirts and mini shirts do you need? So he's going to be listing those things. And before I go, yeah, he's going to be listing those things. So look out for that. But before I go, I mean, my brain just gave me a little tick to say, hey, don't forget to talk about that. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the shades I wear that I'm going to be listing on my page. And I want to share them with you. Not all of them, because I have quite a few in here, but just some, just to show you the style of some of the shades. This fall, well, this summer, not fall, this summer, spring, summer, the fashion statements are big bug-eyed shades like this, with the big round frames, super big, super fly, like that. So these are what you will be seeing for the spring. These are available, and these are actually brand new. I have some brand new, and I have some that are secondhand. And the ones that are secondhand, they are in good condition. I'm going to show you a pair that's secondhand, and that's in good condition. These are secondhand here. Okay. Yep. I'll put them on for you. They look like they're walk. I don't know if that's how I'm holding my head. Yep. Are they walk? No. Okay. There we go. So I have these. Then I have, I have all different styles. These are secondhand. I thought these were cute. Because look at the handle. I don't know if you call these handles or arms. I would say arms. These are really cute. See that? Look at that. That's nice. And I do have colorful ones for those that like a pop of color. I have a pair of these yellow, nice gold color. I don't know why I feel like it's WAP, or is that me? Okay, there we go. Yeah, they don't feel WAP, but they look WAP when I look in the camera. So I have these, and then I'll show you a few more that I have. Oh, I like these. See the arm. It actually looked like it's, wait, is it this? Yes, this way. It actually looked like it's upside down. See how it's going like that? And these are a pair of vintage shades. See how it looked like it's upside down? Because it's normally at the top, but they have it here at the bottom. Oh, these are nice. I'm realizing how nice they are when I put them on. And let me see. Have a little, get some whimsy. We need some whimsy. Here's a few. Oh, yes. Whimsy. There we go. Look at that. How cute. And I'll show you maybe one or two more. These are new. I just got these in. These are new. These are like the cat glasses, or the cat shades. Oh, yes. This reminds me of the 60s. The 60s and the 50s, or the 60s and the 70s. One of the two. One of those eras. Nice. And then the last pair, I know it looks like I have a lot of black pair, but I do. I have quite a few colors in here. I have those. See, I have these. They're pink. I have another like cream color. I have that. And I'm looking at the time because I'm trying to, and I have another pair of vintage like cat glasses or granny glasses. I keep calling them glasses, shades. But yeah, these are the eyewear that I will be listing online. And if you are interested in any of them, I don't know, my head looks tilted. These are fly right here. They will be listed. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Whoever did, whoever didn't, thank you for tuning in after and watching this recording on YouTube. And I will see you guys in my next live. And I believe it's because today is Sunday, and I know you guys are probably with your family. You don't have time to be on live with me. I get it. But I'm going to come back and go live again here in this studio. All right, beautiful faces. You guys have a sunny day and be safe. Keep your head on the swivel, because People out there, they be watching you. They be watching you.